Justice Evelyn Stratton is one of the most interesting people you will ever meet. She happens to be married to one of the other most interesting people you will ever meet, Jack. And she is indeed a true leader. In the Army, we define leadership as activities that influence people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation. Douglas MacArthur said this about leadership. He said that a leader, a true leader, is a person with the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and most importantly, the compassion to listen to the needs of others. I think that we can agree that by these or any other yardstick, Justice Evelyn Stratton is indeed a true leader. And while she's received countless accolades for her leadership in the veteran community, I certainly will not try to enumerate all those here. But there are awards that include Veteran Advocate of the Year, Outstanding Service Award from the Ohio State Association of Veteran Service Commissions. Really, the enduring mark of her leadership is her underlying passion for her work. By her own account, she spends 80% of her time collaborating, advocating, and spreading information about her work. One is left to wonder how one person embodies so much passion. Perhaps it stems from her growing up in a military family. Her grandfather was killed in World War II. Her father and 3 of her uncles served in World War II, and she had 2 sons who served. When she grew up in Thailand, most of the Americans that she knew there were American service members. Or perhaps her passion grows from being a third culture child. As the daughter of missionaries, she lived outside the United States until she moved here to attend college. And as I did research on from incredibly reputable sources called the internet, I found that these are common characteristics of third culture kids. They're open-minded, they have a global perspective, they have empathy, and they demonstrate great leadership potential. I think these certainly describe our honoree here today. As I said, it's impossible to enumerate her contributions to the veterans community, but please let me point out just a couple that I think are vital for you to know. In 2009, her work in the mental health courts intersected the Veterans Administration when she learned of an initiative by the VA to start veterans courts. After she attended a VA conference in D.C. with 2 other judges, she locked in with a laser focus as a member of a national VA committee that had some pretty lofty ambitions. Among them were these. Their ambitions were to establish an outreach program that assigned a social worker to every major hospital in the country. They wanted to find veterans coming into the justice system, and they wanted to connect them with services. And thirdly, they wanted to start veterans courts. I think the success of their efforts is self-evident. There are now 29 veterans courts here in the state of Ohio, 600 nationwide. This is a remarkable accomplishment. Each of those special dockets requires collaboration, as stated earlier by Mr. Russell, between attorneys and public defenders, case managers, treatment providers, law enforcement, the VA, veteran services organizations, volunteer mentors, and veteran support groups. A monumental effort to establish 600 of those across the country, and she's a major part of why those exist today. Under her leadership as a justice, 4 statewide veterans conferences were conducted. Subsequently, as she partnered with Justice Kennedy, they did 6 more. By the way, as you know, Justice Kennedy is another force of nature when it comes to advocating for our veterans. So total, they've accomplished 10 of these very important assemblies. Each fall, their Lean Forward initiative hosts a Veterans Summit, bringing together stakeholders, courts, treatment providers, and community partners from around the state with the sole mission of serving those who've served. These initiatives, along with those that were previously enumerated by Justice Kennedy, they represent only a small fraction of the body of work that Justice Stratton has contributed to Ohio's patriots. Even now, she's partnered with Judge Michael Jackson of Cleveland, another veterans powerhouse and a veteran advocate for veteran courts. He's a pioneer. And together, They're working to promote 3 pieces of legislation that will improve diversion and treatment of veterans in the legal system. Justice Stratton, I want you to know that Angela and I are deeply grateful for your kindness, your humility, and most importantly, your friendship. But on behalf of over 600,000 veterans, we will never know how many of those your initiatives have touched. But I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for your tireless passion and your relentless advocacy for our nation's patriots who have served. The coalitions that you've built and the initiatives that you've set in motion will impact Ohio veterans for more years than we can ever imagine. Congratulations on today's much-deserved honor.